the Marines are, their job is to protect my freedom, right? Okay, so how come, someone tell me, how come I have a man scream, or I should say yell loudly at me, then strike the water 3 times as if he wants to beat the crap out of me in front of at least a dozen, probably 2 dozen people, half of them kids. But they all sit around, everybody's in a state of shock. And this lifeguard pretty much like goes to baby him. But the point is, I mean, I didn't call the police. I spoke to a cop who was driving by, because I thought that they might have called him, because of the way people were acting, and I thought I should take an opportunity to tell my side. But in speaking to the cop, he said, probably just let it go. And I was all for that. That's fine. But I was happy to, I guess, make record of it, actually, in case they did do something. But the thing is I tried to let it go. I hesitated about signing my name a couple weeks. The week after, I didn't even go, because I just didn't even want to have any confrontation. I didn't want to risk it, and so the next week I was in so much pain. I have to, and they're only open on weekends. So I went down there and got the, they were like in attack mode. That I had to sign my name and address and number because, well, actually, I just went down there and I didn't say anything, and I went in the pool and told her that, oh, she didn't have her stuff ready. That's what it was. Everything wasn't ready, and I said, that's fine, I'll sign in. I don't know if I said when I'm leaving, or I'll just take your time. I was the first one there. Nobody else was there. And, it felt like maybe there was a tension, but nobody really said much. And then I believe actually, okay, I didn't sign in, and I did kind of hope that, she could either fill it in later, or it wasn't that big a deal. So, but she didn't say anything. And so the next day, I went in without signing in, and they didn't ask me. Emily just called her father, and so he had to take his day off, and he had to come by the pool, and he said to me, if you don't sign in, you can't swim. He said it just like that. No recognition of why I didn't want to sign. Like, as if I just want to be difficult. It couldn't be that I don't want the man taking swinging punches at me. I just wanted to hesitate to protect my, my apartment number and my telephone number, with all this stuff that you have to write down to sign in to go to a pool. But anyway, and it's for everyone to see. It's all just there in the open for anyone to see. And, which isn't necessarily a big deal, but I said to him, well, I explained to him, I tried to explain to Ray that I just needed a couple weeks because I was still like kind of freaked out about what had happened. And instead of saying, okay, just put her name down for her, we'll figure it out. Take a powder. It's no big deal. His words are, if you don't sign in, you cannot come. Oh, okay. It's like way to teach your children to be compassionate or sympathetic towards someone that's been abused. But instead, it's like a popularity contest. It kind of that leans one way or the other, and it leaned towards the guy, where they just prefer to protect his little family, his little wife, and his little baby who was there, who he was acting like a monster in front of his own baby, because I said something about a poopy diaper, and he lost his shit, period. Keep in mind, this lifeguard is a U.S. Marine. That's why I'm emphasizing the irony in all this. So, a gay woman who was going to coddle a violent, 6'5", tall, strong-looking guy, going to smash his arms within a few feet of me. Like, he literally came within 3 feet, and when someone that size is smashing the water, like, looking right into your eyes like it's your face, and everybody saw it. See, that's what the amazing thing is. And, I'm not trying to be entertaining here. I'm making notes to myself because I want to forget about this, but I will revisit it later, or I may not. But the point is I didn't call the police. Then and then that night, this woman who was giving me a hard time, I remember it was Sunday night, and I think I was coming back from Croton for some reason, and I remember stopping at the A&P and having this craving for Ben and Jerry's, and I think they had just closed or something, so it was like everything was closed, and I remember going to Joe's Deli thinking, I don't think they have Ben and Jerry's, but what the hell, I'm gonna ask because I want it that bad. And sure enough, the guy ended up saying he had a whole freezer full of it in the back, so it was kind of funny. But he said, wait a minute, give me a few minutes, because he had some customers. So I'm standing there. The lifeguard barrels in, all on her tippy toes, feeling, high on life, and with her girlfriend. And I say girlfriend because she was kissing on her very passionately, so maybe that's not her official girlfriend, I don't know. But they were giddy and happy, and she tears into the store and says, "Hey, Slim." And I looked right at her. I was like, whoa, she's like being, sarcastic to me or something. And I said, are you talking to me? And she said, no. And then she said, Salim, that's his name. And I said, oh. But she, just was like this disrespect oozing out of her without really saying anything. It's hard to explain. And then she asked him for the wrapper. And I was kind of like, that's fine. I think it, I don't think I want to get into this, but it's like, let's just say I could be a total asshole, and, if I wanted to get her in trouble or suggest, someone do this or that, I've seen things, let's just say that, locking up the pool, half an hour to 45 minutes early yesterday. What's the date? Sunday, Saturday, June 28th, I think was yesterday. So yeah, she left early. And I didn't run to call and, tell or complain. Actually, I did tweet it though. Just note to self. But I'm not like, hey, I'm keeping records at this point for this reason, because she called the police because I didn't finish signing my name. I walked over to sign my name, and she's like, you really have to put your complete name and address. And am I repeating myself? And I was like, why? I just looked at her. I said, why do you do this to me? Every time that you have something to say to me, it's never, I hope you're feeling better after that weird thing that happened. And, we'll just put it all behind us. But there's this animosity. That's the word I'm looking for. This hostility that I have endured for the past 12 years in this ridiculous living situation here. But I'm never financially able to, really, make any major moves. And so, this falls apart, that falls apart. Physically I'm completely screwed now. So I just find myself being more embarrassingly open and ridiculous, because I honestly don't see myself being around for the rest of the year. My body hurts so much. And that pool is such a life-saving thing, and the idea that almost every single time I've gone there, I've had to